Police are often prone to aggression when someone questions their authority, but what happens when cops go too far with their behavior? Here are some cases where rude cops got what they deserved. Just imagine, you're walking your dog in the city enjoying the day, then out of nowhere, a cop walks up to you and starts threatening you with arrest and a citation. Sounds a bit crazy, right? But believe it or not, these things do happen. Take this situation for example. A man was strolling through the city with his dog. The dog was well behaved, staying right by his side, and although the man had a leash on his dog, he wasn't actually holding it at the moment. The dog was just chilling next to him, minding his own business. Then, out of the blue, a cop approached him and said the man had no control over his dog. The man was obviously confused and asked the cop to explain what he meant. But the only thing the cop kept repeating was that the man had no control over his dog and that if he didn't take control, he'd be arrested. That sounds like an overreaction, right? The man wasn't doing anything wrong and the dog wasn't causing any trouble. The leash was on, it just wasn't in the man's hand at that exact moment. But the cop acted like this was the most shocking thing he'd ever seen, as if no one had ever let their dog walk beside them without holding the leash. To make matters worse, the cop claimed he'd received calls from people who were supposedly scared because they thought the man had no control over his dog. You'd think from the way the cop was talking that the man was walking a wild beast instead of a calm, well-behaved dog. But here's the kicker. No one else around seemed bothered by the dog at all. There were no angry complaints, no panicked onlookers, just a calm dog and its owner. Yet the cops called in more backup as if he was dealing with a dangerous criminal. Before the man knew it, more cops arrived, all acting as if this simple dog walk was some huge dangerous situation.
My dog, what?
If your dog is not in your control,
He's under my control. He's
will
off.
be cited with a 61D.
And then-
Animal control will be called.
And what does the 61D say?
We'll find out, sir.
No, what does the 61D say, sir?
The dog
What is
is
the
in
six?
your control.
He's under my control. The leash is in my hand. I can put the leash down.
He is now. You need to pick up that leash, sir.
61D says what, sir? The dog has to be under my control. He's under my control. He's on the leash. Turn it up so everybody can. Call. That 61D says what, sir? Because I was pulled over for a 61D
Pick up
before.
the leash.
The dog is under my control.
Sir, I'm advising you to pick up the leash.
The dog is under my control. You just said if the dog is not under my control, I was in violation of what law? It's not a law, it's an amendment. So what law am I in a violation of? You said out of your own mouth if my dog wasn't under control. My dog is under control, so what did I violate?
You need to pick up that leash.
What did I violate? You said if the dog wasn't under my control, the dog is under my control. The rule is the dog has to be on a leash. It does not say the leash has to be attached in my hand. It does not say that. So what law did I break? What law did I violate?
I told you numerous times.
What law did I violate,
You
sir?
review your recording after you're done.
You didn't say what law I violated. You said about writing me a 61D. You said that out of your mouth.
That's right, and I'll say it again. In case you didn't hear it the first 10 times.
And it was what?
Citation in lieu of arrest, sir.
It was what?
We're not maintaining control of your
My
dog.
dog is under my control, and you even said it. It's on this tape, so keep saying you said what now? I did what? Did I do that was wrong?
So we're not going to go back and forth for your
What did I do that was wrong? What did I do that was wrong?
The dog bowl because you refused to take control
I
of the
didn't do.
dog. Now, it did bother somebody who saw the dog. Not
It didn't bother anybody.
Tricks off his hand.
No, sir. Please, can I be a witness?
Man, all we need is one complainant. I don't need 100 people to tell me what one person saw and feared.
Nobody feared anything. There were people all up and down there. So.
When the other cops arrived, the first cop told him that the man refused to control his dog and even claimed that the dog hadn't been on a leash the whole time. But that wasn't true at all. The dog was on a leash, it just wasn't on the man's hand at that exact moment. For some reason, the cop thought he could just make things up and whatever he said would be taken as the truth. And of course, his fellow cops were there to back him up without question. One of the cops, seemingly fed up with the situation, decided to ask the man for his ID. Now, the man knew he hadn't done anything wrong, so he decided to keep his identity to himself. You can imagine how much this rubbed the cops the wrong way. They seemed to think that whatever they said was the law, and not showing ID was a direct challenge to their authority. The cop then told the man that if he didn't want to identify himself, he'd be arrested for obstructing the police. But here's the thing, anyone who knows the basics understands that obstructing the police is a secondary crime. You can actually be charged with it unless there's an underlying offense, which there wasn't in this case. But some cops just don't get that, or maybe don't care. To make the situation even more ridiculous, the cop refused to tell the man who supposedly complained about him and his dog. This leaves us with two possibilities. Either the cop made up the whole story about the complaints, or he's just not doing his job properly. Makes it wonder which one it is, doesn't it?
Oh, this gentleman refuses to take control of his leash. He just put his foot on it now in the past 30 seconds.
No, it wasn't the past 30 seconds. The minute I put the leash down. That's the young lady that called you. Excuse me, ma'am. You're the one that called. Come over here. Yes, you're the one that called. Right there. So, come on over here.
The dog was not in his control.
Yes.
The lady claims he was...
The lady? Yeah, you go over there and ask her because she going to walk off like she didn't call.
Sorry, even while...
No, that lady called, not her. That lady right there walking is the one that called.
Let me know when it's okay for me to talk, sir. Even when I was here speaking to you, you did not have the leash.
I did have the leash in my hand.
You just ask for a fish. That's all.
He can go for a white shirt because nobody has the 61D book. I was pulled over before, huh? Again, good, again.
All right. Officer Danger ID, sir.
No, am I ID?
Okay. Well, if I'm not able to identify you with photo ID, then we have to place you under arrest for unpaid calling.
For what? The dog is on the leash.
Not according to this officer here.
The dog has been on the leash. And it's according to this tape that's being taped right now. The dog has been on the leash. The dog is on the leash. Is this a leash? That is the leash right there on the dog. The dog is on a leash. He's not unleashed. My name is Benjamin Eric Tate.
All right, I just talked to the lady across the street. Whether or not it's true, she said she didn't call.
The gentleman who was sitting right there said she called. She knew she called.
But it's a basic situation. Instead of the video taking all that, what you have the right to do, why not just grab the leash with your hand?
Because the reason why I won't grab the leash, I will grab the leash with my hand. But the first thing, she was in the wrong. She called on something that was wrong. He came out of the car. He was the right there first, and then he's telling me you're going to give me a ticket. You're not for what? A law I didn't violate.
All right. Well, how about we resolve the situation now so there is no ticket by just grabbing the leash with your hand?
Well, he's stating he doesn't have an ID, so he'll be under arrest. Because he's more concerned with the recording me.
I'm not concerned about the recording of you. I'm concerned about the fact that I wasn't in a violation of a law.
If you're arrested, then I'm gonna have to get control of the dog.
Because I wasn't in violation of the law. That's my only.
Among the rude cops who got what they deserved are these rookie cops who showed up at a man's door one day because his ex had reported him for something. They said they were there to hear his side of the story, but the man was shocked because this wasn't the first time this had happened. He explained to the cops that his ex was a manipulative psychopath who was using them to mess with him, but they didn't seem to care. They just kept saying they were there to hear his side. But what about someone making false reports? It turned out that this man and his ex had been living together for 20 years, even had a child together. Though they had broken up, they were still living under the same roof. The man told the cops that he was the calm one in the relationship and that he put up with a lot for the sake of their child. Meanwhile, she was the one going out, drinking, and throwing things around the house. Yet she was the one who reported him, claiming he had thrown away her things. Pretty ironic, isn't it?
So
what would that be?
Bed frame and a bed mattress that she showed us a picture of that was originally in the garage. We don't know where that is.
Yeah, it's back in her bedroom now.
Okay, so we
It's
just
not
need to
damaged.
talk to you obviously about it.
Okay, let me tell you something first, and let me
Okay,
ask
so
you guys something.
Before you go further, I just want
Okay, first of all,
I just want to
am I being arrested? Because if not, I might just go inside my house and close the door.
If you let me speak with you.
Okay, I went through a horrible experience last time, and she lied, and she smashed her head into the shelf before you guys showed up.
Okay, so
So that's a very manipulative psychopath, so I'm very wound up right now, and that's why I'm recording.
I completely understand.
And,
You're more than welcome to record. I just want to let you know before you go further that whatever we are investigating possible damage to property.
Yep.
So it's mischief. So we just need to get obviously your side of the story. If we can see
What's the charge for someone smashing their head in the shelf and lying to police? And what's the statute of limitations on
So
that?
that occurred. We can't do anything about that right now. So
Okay.
we're investigating a different manner.
Okay, is this an indictable offense of some sort? Because you guys can take me down to the station if you want.
So
But I'm not going to sit here and
cautioning
participate in
you
this.
because we are investigating a criminal offense. So investigating means that we don't have grounds right now to charge.
I can't believe there's 3 of you up here for a bed frame.
Okay,
And
so
cars are being stolen left, right, and
If you want to
center.
know why there's 3 of us, she is a recruit and I'm
Okay.
her coach, so I have to go with her. And
Okay.
we're always going to. Okay. So.
And
that's
cars
why
are being
there's-
stolen like a buffet up here. And you have someone who's basically a psychopath here causing problems and wasting your time.
So we do have to deal with every situation, right?
Okay.
We got a call. This is a domestic now. That we
No,
have to,
no one's touched anyone.
So I
She's been
understand.
busy up in
It's a
Ottawa with her other
domestic
alcoholic
meeting.
friends,
The two of
so-
you we're in a relationship for 20-something years, correct?
That's
You're
correct.
no longer together. So that's a domestic, and our policy deems that to be a domestic.
Okay.
So we're investigating. We're trying to be very reasonable with you. We're just investigating a possible
Okay.
mischief. Not saying anything.
So-
We don't have grounds right now.
Let me ask you a question. So if I move stuff around the house, can I be charged for that? Because she's throwing my stuff out of her room many, many times over the years. Out into the garage, out into the hallway, out into the basement.
We're here to get your
So how can that, yeah, you have, Donna. She's a piece of work. She's thrown my stuff out of that room a million times. So and she calls like you guys for this. This is hilarious. This is really hilarious.
We
really.
got Donna's side. We're happy to hear your side of the story. So she showed us a picture of her furniture from her bedroom in the garage, possibly damaged.
Have you guys opened the garage door?
Sorry?
Have you guys opened the garage door?
We did, yeah. She opened the door.
Okay, there's a couple things that can be tucked under the bed. It's not damaged though.
Okay, so that's what we're here to investigate.
Okay.
So we see that the bed is, there's nothing.
So you want me to bring in and show you the bed? Would that be suffice? Or I have a few bolts I got to put in to put it back together.
For some reason, the cops seemed fixated on blaming the man. They didn't want to hear that she might be the problem here, even though it was clear that she was the one they needed to be talking to. Despite all this, the man was more than welcoming to the cops, even let them into the house so they could see whatever they needed to. But then, when he found out she had actually driven with them to the house, he realized she was probably intoxicated. He advised the cops to check if she was drunk, but they just brushed it off, saying they weren't dealing with that right now.
It's not damaged.
I mean, if we could come in and see.
I would agree to that.
Okay. That's fine. That's all we need to determine if
Okay.
there's,
Yeah,
there's
I have the
anything
bolts for it and I can show you. Yeah, no problem.
So we're good to come in?
Yeah, for sure. If that's the only thing here, I don't want you guys stuck in the house where she's gonna somehow manipulate the situation.
No. We're just looking.
You smashed your head into that shelf over there, and your son witnessed it.
Between the two of
My
you.
son kept that a secret for 7 years. He told me last year. That is just how manipulative that person is. I can't wait to clip this up and post bits of it.
The bedroom?
I cannot wait. Yes, come on, sorry. And she's a violent drunk. Sorry. Yeah, I just have to put some bolts and then reattach it to the thing, but you're welcome to see it or whatever. It's not banged up, damaged,
So
or whatever.
I think there's just a piece of.
The shelves go under. The shelves go underneath. They're not
And that's
damaged.
all part
right
of
there.
it?
Yeah.
So you can put that all together then?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And then these are just her belongings and whatnot?
That's correct.
Okay. So now I guess our concern is like the two of you live together, right? Essentially under the same roof.
Yes.
So what's the plan moving forward?
Okay, that is a good question actually. A couple of months ago, I asked her how much longer she wanted to live this way, and she said not now, and she walked away from me. And here we are today.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, like, you know what? I'm basically being taken advantage of. She lives here for about space utilities. So she lives here for about $300-400 a month. So basically, this is a very cheap hotel for her on her work nights. And then when she's not working, she's off on the weekends or doing whatever. So you know what I mean? Like, I'm just being taken advantage of. So that's the situation.
Do you plan on
I plan on letting everyone know that. Believe me, I have all weekend long. Just what type of person she is.
She did mention something about you possibly selling the home. Is that gonna
Yeah,
happen?
for sure. Or I'll buy her out one way or another. I don't care.
Okay.
I tried to talk to her a couple of months ago, but she said not now, and she walked away from me. So yes, she did. She can come in here and talk too if she wants. You don't have to hide around the corner.
It doesn't seem as if you two can have a civil conversation right now. So we're.
Is she? Did she drive here? Did she drive here? I can make a suggestion. Breathalyze her right now. She's an alcoholic. So if she's come here to get me charged, I would recommend that you breathalyze her. If she drove down with you guys, I would breathalyze her right now. She's an alcoholic
We were in
and
a
she
room
drinks
with
and
her,
drives.
Before this, and we didn't have any concerns at that time, but we'll.
I would assess her for that. I honestly would. Like, she's obviously here to get me charged and get me kicked out of the house. This is what happened last time.
We're looking.
So I'm just saying, like, if we're looking at getting people charged, I would breathalyze her. She's an alcoholic, and either that or sit the end of her street on her way to work, and you know.
All the cops needed to do was tell the man that his ex came with them but stayed in the car. That would have helped him see what was really going on. She was just playing games with him. It's hard to understand what she could have possibly said to these cops to make them believe she was completely innocent and that the man was somehow a bad guy. I mean, the man was talking to them normally, being nice and cooperative, but none of that really seemed to be enough for the cops to take a step back and figure out who the real problem was. The man even asked the cops to bring her in so they could all talk together and clear things up, but they shot that down, saying they didn't think it was a good idea.
She can get violent when she's drinking, so why don't you ask her what her intentions are tonight? Her intentions was obviously to bring you guys in to get me ejected. She's a manipulative piece of shit. So that was her objectives. I get it. You know what? It's too bad because if she came back tonight, I was willing to talk to her. But now this is her intent. This is the way she manipulates things. She came here with you guys to manipulate me and to try to get me tossed out of the house.
So
I had a feeling. I thought she's gonna show up with the police, or I was hoping she's gonna show up with one of her friends or my oldest son.
Mm-hmm.
But now this is the way she wants to play it. That's fine.
Okay, so
I think this is gonna cost her a lot of money because now this is gonna cost her a lot of money. For legally, I'm gonna make sure she pays for manipulating me and everything she's done to me over the years.
Yeah, you can obviously contact a lawyer and
Yeah, no, she will definitely pay for everything she's done to me for the last couple of years. Believe me, she's a psychopath.
Be able to like be separated tonight, like stay in your own room.
I went like the last 2-3 months without talking to her,
Okay.
so it's perfectly fine. But if she and this is all a game she's playing, just like how getting you guys to come here. This is all manipulation on her part. So this is a card she's playing, right? And again, she's an alcoholic, so her behavior might be unpredictable.
So are you able to put this bed back together?
I particularly did not have one drink today because I knew she was going to pull something. I just wasn't sure what it was. Yeah, I can put the bolts in there. Yeah.
So what was your intention of moving? Did you just move some furniture around?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yep. But like, technically, can I just move stuff in my house without any? Because like I said, like her modus operandi in the past is throwing my stuff out of this room into the hallway, to the garage, down the basement. That's like she has the fits and she does that. So I'm thinking, yeah, I move stuff around.
Okay.
Why don't you like? I find that she's getting away with everything here. I'd like to see her right in front of me right now and answer these questions.
I just don't think it's beneficial or conducive.
So here's the problem: she's never held to account for anything she does, and she manipulates everything like she's doing right now. She needs to be held account for something.
Well, we're gonna write a report.
Like I said,
obviously from tonight's incident, she alleged that you damaged property. You came here and you showed us that there's no damage to property, right? So that's gonna be.
This was just. This is. She should be charged for mischief for wasting your guys' time. And like I said, like it was about you guys probably have everything on your computer or anything, but it was like 7 or 8 years ago. I'm not gonna go and tell you guys the whole story. But I came home from work. She's drunk out of her mind, talking to one of her. She's got her craziest friends. They wind her up too. Drunk as a skunk, she came. It was a night of just her attacking me over and over again. I fought back. Guess what happens? Guess who got charged?
Yeah, we read the.
Yeah. Well, but you didn't get the part about my son seeing her smash on the shelf because that was added in. You know. Okay. I know. I'm the guy. She's the girl. She got a lot more muscle than me. Believe me.
We're
So-
not here to investigate something that occurred 7
Yeah.
For some reason, they were protecting her, even though she was the one wasting their time in the middle of the night and playing these fake friendship games. But the cops didn't know when to stop. They went as far as to ask the man if they could talk to his child who was upstairs. The man didn't put up a fight because he understood they were just trying to do their job, but he asked them to be gentle because his child had already been through a lot. It's moments like these that make you wonder how far things can go before someone realizes it's just too much. The man was doing everything right, yet he was the one under scrutiny, while his ex, who was causing all the trouble, got off without a scratch.
It's about holding people to account, and what she's doing right now is wasting your time. This is public mischief.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing some incredible editing on this. Hello. Sorry, it's just that I manipulated before, so I am videotaping everything. I've learned how to deal with her. So yeah. And like I said, I was even worried about getting you guys in the house, because then if I'm in here, what's going to happen to me? I just don't know. She is a queen of manipulation. She truly is. She truly is. I didn't know if she's gonna. And you know what's funny? Actually, I'm glad we're recording this because I do want this on record. About a month ago, like I said, she deals with some. She's involved in all sorts of crazy people that she meets online and shit. So about a month ago, she comes in from the garage, and this is a quote that I heard when she was walking into the garage. I didn't miss the beginning of the part of the sentence, but here's the end of the sentence that I heard. Yeah, but I don't want him dead or in jail. Talking about me, of course, to one of her crazy scumbags she met online. So I've been had my heightened awareness up a little bit since that. She's the creepo she deals with is crazy. So I thought one of those people may come tonight.
Yeah,
and I'm glad. That's why I'm kind of glad my son's here because I've warned him about everything she's up to, and he knows everything she's been up to. So
Your one son is here.
yeah, he's upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to ask him about how you saw her smash her head in the shelf, he's upstairs right now.
Well, yeah, maybe we'll just talk to him.
But he's been through a lot, so I just asked, please take it easy on him. He's been through a
we're
lot.
just gonna have
He went through this with me this weekend, and like he saw me lose my temper because at my parents' house, I just completely melted down because she was at a friend's in Ottawa who just basically she was one of the people that turned her into an alcoholic, and just cause a disaster and destroy my family. So when I was at my parents' house, I heard she was there. I just lost my temper at my parents' house. I was like uncontrolled. My parents are like, oh, I've never seen you that way. I'm like, yeah, well, she's at the house where someone basically just helped destroy my marriage and my family and turned her into an alcoholic. So I just went crazy when I was at my parents' house on Friday night.
Feel like a little bit better.
Oh, I'm calmed down now, believe me. Because I should have seen this coming. I should have seen her trying to use the police to get me out of the house. This is a primo move to do it, really. Like, that's just a great move, you know?
Okay, so
Unfortunately, this definitely didn't help things in terms of me and her negotiating anything now. Because now this is just going to put me in a stance where I'm going to make her pay for this in a legal way. That wasn't a threat. That was not a physical threat.
Did you want to go get your son and have a quick conversation with him?
You can just go up to your room if you want. That might be more of his comfort zone if you want.
Okay.
Do you want me to be there? Like, he's 22.
What's his name?
It's Ethan. He's 22. Do you want me to be there when you're talking to him, or?
No, we'll just call up and see if he wants to
he's willing to talk
to us.
He may come down. I don't know.
Okay.
Like I said, he's been through a lot. He's had to live with me and my wife.
Yeah.
Everything he's had to live through, it's been traumatic on him. God, he's probably gonna need counseling.
Okay. Are you able to put, I guess, the best
I'm gonna shut this off because I think the drama's done for the night.
An independent journalist decided to head over to the police department to exercise his constitutional rights. He wanted to do a story on whether cops were wearing their seatbelts while driving, so he stopped at the gate where the police cars exited. At the same time, he was curious to see how cops would treat someone exercising their rights. It didn't take long before a cop walked up to him. The cop asked what he was doing, even though it was pretty obvious. When the journalist told him he was filming, the cop asked why. Well, the simple answer is because he can, and that should have been enough for the cop to leave him alone. But instead, the cop sarcastically asked if the man had nothing better to do with the day, which was totally out of line. It's really none of his business how the man spends his time, and besides, since the man was a journalist, this was literally his job. Then the cop tried to claim the journalist was blocking the sidewalk, even though that wasn't true at all. I mean, where's the law that says you can't stand on a sidewalk because it would be blocked? It's clear that the cop was just trying to come up with something to get the journalist to leave. It's as if the cop thought he could make up his own rules on the spot, like he was above the law. But the truth is, the journalist wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just standing there exercising his rights, and the cop was the one crossing the line by trying to shut him down.
Saturday, January 31st. Oh, no thanks, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm fine.
That doesn't look good?
It looks good, it looks good. Hey! No thanks. No, just getting pictures. Oh, really? Can I put up a new one? Huh. So it's kind of historic then. Hey, how you doing? I'm alright. How much?
What are you doing?
Taking pictures.
Why?
Just taking pictures out in public, that's all.
Huh?
Just taking pictures out in public.
Just happens to be of all the police cars coming and going to the station.
Yep. Just taking pictures out in public. Just gathering information what public officials do on public property. That's all.
Gathering information about what public officials do on public property.
Yes, sir.
You have nothing better to do with your day.
It's none of your business what I do with my day. Now is it?
Sorry?
So it's none of your business what I do with my day. Now is it?
It is when you start doing stuff like this.
Yeah? What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it?
Yeah.
Well, it could be construed as maybe gathering intel on a public or a governmental agency
Mhm.
for purposes of an attack or something like that. I don't know.
That's right, you don't know.
You tell me.
I'm standing on a public sidewalk taking pictures. What about it?
Right. It's public sidewalk, exactly that. You keep walking. You can't block the sidewalk.
I'm not blocking the sidewalk. This is a public sidewalk. Are you telling me I can't stand on a public sidewalk? You got these guys standing on a public sidewalk, and just because I'm taking pictures, you're gonna tell me to move along? Is that what you're telling me? Are you trespassing me from a public sidewalk?
No, I'm not trespassing you from a public sidewalk.
So if you're on a public sidewalk, you have to be continuously in motion. Is there a statute that says that you have to
The
be?
city ordinance says you can't block the sidewalk. Yeah.
I'm not blocking the sidewalk. You can see people can clearly move past. Look, I'm out in public taking photographs. And beyond that, it's none of your business what I'm doing.
The cop was soon joined by a few others, and the only thing they did right was identify themselves. But honestly, that's about all they seemed to know about the law. The cop started asking the journalist for his ID, wanting to know who they were dealing with. But here's the thing, they didn't need to know who he was, right? All they need to understand was that a journalist was recording content for his story and wasn't bothering anyone. I mean, these cops took an oath to protect the constitutional rights of all citizens, and now those same cops were the ones threatening them.
Okay, thank you. I'm not. I have no ill will, no ill intent. I'm just taking photographs. I'm working on a story, and beyond that, I'd rather not tell you anything else because.
Here's the thing. Do you just have some ID so that way I can let people
I don't have
know?
any ID. No.
Okay. So that way we can at least let them know who you are.
Okay. If I'm not being detained, you guys have a nice day. Am I being detained?
Yes, you are. Right now, come here.
For what reason?
Come here.
I don't consent to, sir. I don't consent.
Making sure you don't have any weapons, sir. That's all.
So I'm being detained for what reason?
Blocking the sidewalk. He asked you for an ID.
What's your name and badge number?
Roman 14712.
Okay. So I'm being detained.
Yes.
Don't put your hands on me. Don't put your hands on me.
Just don't turn towards me. That's all.
You already patted me down. You see I don't have any weapons. I told
Do you
you.
have ID or anything like that?
I'm standing on a public sidewalk in public, taking photographs, gathering information about what public officials do on public property. Specifically, I'm recording matters of public interest. Is this illegal or not?
Here's the thing.
Is what I'm doing illegal?
I see it explained. Okay. It can be construed.
Is it illegal or not? Is standing in a public sidewalk illegal or not? If it's not, I'm going to be on my
If you're
way.
going to continue to be out here, at least we can let them know, hey, this is who we talked to. This is his name.
Right.
He's out here. Here's
Right.
what he's doing. So if we keep getting calls about someone out here, we can already say, hey.
Okay, go ahead and tell them that I'm out here. I'm a journalist gathering content
Okay.
for a story.
I just need your name. That's all I'm asking for.
about that.
I just
Because
need your name and your date
it's none of your
birth to let
business
them
what my
know.
name is. I'm not doing anything illegal.
Okay.
If I don't give you my name, what's going to happen? I'm not refusing.
Here's the thing. Just make it easy for all of us. We'll get your name. We're going to make sure you're not someone that's out here trying to kill us. And then
I'm
we're gonna
not.
let you
I'm
go
telling
on
you
and do
that.
what you're doing.
Is it illegal to take pictures of you?
One of the cops said the man had to hand over his ID so they could make sure he wasn't a threat to them, as if he was going to just roll over and answer those kinds of questions. Then the cop tried to justify it by saying they needed to check if he had any problematic history or if he was some kind of murderer. But come on, that doesn't even make sense. If he had a criminal past like that, he wouldn't just be standing out there free, he'd be behind bars. It's frustrating to see that these cops act like they have the right to demand whatever they want, even when they're clearly overstepping. The journalist wasn't doing anything wrong, yet they were treating him like he was a potential criminal just because he was exercising his rights. It really shows how some cops can get caught up in their own authority, forgetting that their job is to protect, not intimidate.
Is it illegal? No, it's not. Okay, then let me be free to go.
Getting calls to come out here. This is how we resolve these issues. If
All
you're
right.
going to be out here and you're going to continue to do this, we can already say, hey, listen, is it so and so? Is this what he's wearing? Yes, this is who we already talked to.
Okay.
We have his name. He's okay. But until
Right.
we can clear and say, hey, that you're not someone out here trying to hurt us,
Do you have reasonable, articulable suspicion that I'm trying to hurt you? I'm not trying to
I
hurt
don't
you
know
guys.
who you are. So
I'm
until
working.
I know who you
okay.
are and know that you're not someone that's got a long history of shooting at cops or shooting at people and carrying guns. We don't know who you are.
Look, I'm standing on a public sidewalk just like everybody else out here is, but I'm just taking photographs of you guys because I'm working on a story. I'm a journalist. I'm working on a story, and beyond that, I don't feel like I need to give you any identification. But I mean, I'm not refusing. You've already said I'm being detained for nothing illegal.
I'm just asking you for your name. Let's hurry up and get this taken care of. I just need your name. Or
Am I free to go?
You have to ask him.
Am I free to go? If I'm free to go, I'm gonna disengage this. I don't want to be arrested. I'm not doing anything illegal.
What journalist were you a journalist for?
See, that's the thing. It's an investigative story. I don't want to tip my hand who I work for or who I am.
But see, you have to understand that this is suspicious to us. If you don't,
It's
here's the
suspicious
thing.
to you guys, but it's
I'm not going to go run and say, hey, you know, so and so from so and so's out here, and he is, you know, doing this and that. You know, we have to make sure that we and other people out here are safe too.
I understand it. So let everybody know that I'm just taking pictures out in public.
Okay.
And I have no ill will.
So I can let them know that you're out here, so that we don't have to keep coming out here for this constant problem.
Well, just if I'm not, he's already said I'm not doing anything illegal. You guys say it's suspicious activity. But what I'm doing is just...
When a cop saw a man filming in front of the police station, he decided to approach him, claiming he was there to educate him on why he shouldn't be doing that. But what the cop didn't realize was that he picked the wrong guy. This man probably knew the law better than he did. For some reason, the cop felt the need to emphasize that he was approaching the man lawfully. Well, of course, he's law enforcement and he can move wherever he wants. But then the cop insisted that the man had to identify himself because he's supposedly disturbing some people inside the building. The man calmly explained to the cop that it was a public building, and if his filming was disturbing someone, that it wasn't his problem. It was his right to exercise his constitutional rights. The man pointed out that instead of him causing a disturbance, it was the cops who were now harassing him. But he also made it clear that he didn't expect them to back off because no one's feelings are more important than the law, right? Cops should know this better than anyone since they're called law enforcement, not feeling enforcement. It's a simple truth that the cops seem to overlook. The law is there to protect everyone's rights, not just be enforced when it's convenient or when someone feels uncomfortable. And that's exactly what this man was standing up for.
You are coming up here wanting stuff from me that you're not entitled to.
I'm here lawfully.
No, you're not. Well, maybe because they called you.
Yeah.
You're anywhere lawfully.
No,
you're a law enforcement officer. You're allowed to go anywhere you want.
Educator, you want TV? Which one?
I don't think you're going to give me any kind of education. I don't think you're going to give me any kind of education.
I almost just did take me on.
This is public property.
Okay, when I get a call,
this is a public building.
That you are disturbing somebody.
How?
So here illegally, you're making people feel uncomfortable.
Their feelings don't trump the law, though,
so
Mr. Turner.
Well, as soon as Corporal, okay?
Corporal
so
Turner.
You know who I am. And who are you?
Oh, I don't have a name tag on.
I see that. That's why I asked. If you had one, I wouldn't ask you.
All right.
And we are in public space.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll keep talking to you. I'll keep making contact all day long. I have nothing else to do but to make contact with you.
That's fine. You can make all the contact you want.
That's what I'm doing.
I just want to take pictures of the public building and be left alone.
Okay,
I didn't talk to a single person, so there's no way I was causing a disturbance. Me merely
came up here. I just came up here out the blue.
Are you a sergeant?
I'm a corporal.
Yeah, is there a sergeant?
No, it's not a sergeant. Who else want to talk to?
What? I just wanted a supervisor.
I am a supervisor right now.
Yeah, I know, but you're messing up.
No, you think you know the law.
Well, am I allowed to be on this property? If I had a camera or not? Let's just break it down.
No, we're not.
No one's asked. I talked to a security guy. He never asked me to leave. He was actually going to give me a phone number.
We're not going to talk about what is. I'm telling you what's happening right now. So, if you don't want to make yourself known, who are you with? What are you doing?
Since the cop didn't seem to understand what the man was doing, the man was more than happy to explain. He told the cop that he was just taking photos and videos of a public building from a public place like the sidewalk, simple as that. But then the cop got curious about the purpose behind it all, even though that really wasn't any of his business. I mean, don't these cops have anything better to do? Instead of tackling real crimes, this cop was wasting time and taxpayer money trying to make a big deal out of a guy filming. It makes you wonder if he's ever heard of the First Amendment. Someone really needs to remind this cop what his job as a public servant actually is. In the end, the rude cop got what he deserved because the man let him know, loud and clear, that he had no authority over him in this situation. It's a bit ridiculous when you think about it. Here's a cop whose job is to protect people's rights, acting like he doesn't even know what those rights are. Meanwhile, the man was just standing up for what's guaranteed to him by the Constitution. The whole situation could have been avoided. The cop just remembered that his role isn't to question or control what people do in public spaces, but to respect their rights and focus on real issues.
I'm taking pictures of public property from public property.
All right, for what?
I like to do video tours. I tried to go inside. I asked them before I did.
Who you talk to?
This guy right there in the mask. Take a look. See him right there? We chat. He walked around the building with me, hung out with me for 5 minutes. Never once asked me to leave. So no one's asked me to leave or said I was doing anything wrong. I have it all on body cam too. I see you have yours on, which is wonderful. I love that. But he never once asked me to leave. He was going to give me a phone number for someone I can contact.
And I got a call for service.
So they're lying.
Like I said, legally puts me here to make contact with you, and you're failing to make yourself known. And for what? And that raises my level of suspicion why you don't want to make yourself known.
Because I don't have to.
Therefore, you're in public space, correct?
Of course I am. I want to be on private property taking pictures.
And I'll be in public space with you.
Yes, sir. You're allowed to.
Absolutely. Thank you for letting me know what I can and can't do.
I was just helping you out.
That's correct. I don't need help though, but yeah, he doesn't want to make himself known, so we're just having a conversation right now. So what I would ask you to do would to leave.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go out right there.
Go where?
Right to the street, public street.
All right. Well, if you're in the street, then you're obstructing traffic.
Well, I'm gonna be on the sidewalk, on the grass. Where see where that stop sign is on the grass right there.
I see that stop sign. But see that sign right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right by the hell on the outside.
See what? You can't be in the street. So you go on the street.
No, I'm gonna be in the grass.
If you're in the grass, you're still on the property. Well, I can borrow you if you want to.
Well, the street sign on the back says it's Town of Denton property.
Yeah, that's the street. So you can't be on the street. You're on the crosswalk. You're not crossing. You're in the street. So obstructing traffic. Right?
I'll walk over to that one. So how do I leave this street then? This public street.
How'd you come?
I walked down the street.
All right, you can walk back same way you came. You just
said I can't stand there, but I can walk.
You don't have to be a law expert to know that cops need a good reason to pull you over in traffic, but this cop seemed to do it out of sheer boredom, and then he had the nerve to demand the search of a car just because the people inside admitted they had marijuana, but it was legal and they even had their medical cards. Still, for some reason, the cop took this as a sign they might be hiding something else, so he forcibly pulled the driver out of the car to search him. First off, if you've ever wondered why you should always keep your doors locked, let this video be a reminder. The cop just took it upon himself to open the man's door like it was his own. And let's not forget he had absolutely no warrant or permission to search their car. Despite that, the cop acted like the fact that these people politely told him that they had legal marijuana in the car made them drug dealers or something. From that point on, he acted as if he was about to find a kilo of cocaine in there. It's honestly ridiculous. The people were upfront and honest, yet this cop turned a simple situation into something far bigger than it needed to be. It's a perfect example of how some cops can let their power go to their heads, forgetting that their job is to enforce the law and not bend it to suit their whims.
We have, hold on, there's no reason to.
I'm only gonna search
No.
the vicinity of you. I'm not gonna make you get the baby out in the cold and all that other stuff. We'll search your vicinity.
For what? What are you searching for?
Drugs, knives, guns.
Hold on, sir, we have marijuana and that's it.
You do have marijuana?
Yes, that's all we have. We have our cards.
You have your cards?
We sure do.
Okay, well it still gives me PC to search you either way. So go ahead and come out. Now, put your hands up here. I'll come back and go. You got nothing to pump. Go ahead. Alright, man. Hang out in front of my Tahoe right there for just a second.
Sir, we're obviously not. Oh, here's the ticket from just last night. Right here. And the officer checked our everything.
However, it wasn't enough for this cop that he had crossed the line already by searching the man without permission or consent. He then decided to search the car as well. The people were understandably worried and uncomfortable, and who could blame them? Just imagine if something like this had happened to you. But the cop had a little trick up his sleeve. He claimed that if they had nothing to hide, they shouldn't be worried about what he'd find in their car. But that wasn't the point at all. And it's sad that the cop didn't realize it. They weren't worried because they were hiding something. They were worried because this cop was threatening their civil rights, and no one wants to deal with that. Once again, the people explained that they had medical marijuana in the car, all legal and above board, but the cop wasn't interested in listening. He just kept digging through their car, ignoring their rights and making the bad situation even worse. Instead of respecting their rights and moving on, he chose to turn a routine stop into a major violation of their privacy. And that's a reminder of how important it is to know your rights and stand up for them, even when it feels like the odds are against you.
We haven't touched a single drop of methamphetamine or anything.
Well, he's got a warrant.
He's got a warrant over something that's not a jail offense.
Everything. Okay. If y'all are legal and you ain't got nothing going on, then what's the worry?
I just get tired of cops.
I get it.
We obviously have medical marijuana. We have a medical
it
marijuana
looks that
card.
way.
Yes, sir.
So, that leads me to believe, though, that I'm going to find something other than medical marijuana. Is there anything else in here?
Like what? No, like I don't have anything. We have
Because I can see where, you know,
We don't do drugs. Dude, I'm 230 fucking pounds.
Come on. This guy just went to jail.
I don't do...
This guy just went to
He
jail.
went to jail for weed.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
I can see it. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. We've been sober for 3 years. We haven't touched a single drop of methamphetamine or anything.
Well, he's got a warrant.
He's got a warrant over something that's not a jailable offense. We were just pulled over last night.
It was in fact a jailable offense.
No, we were just pulled over last night. Sir.
Possession of methamphetamine is a jailable offense.
Sir, there was never where, when.
Go ahead.
There was no possession of methamphetamine ever. What are you talking about? I want a supervisor. I want to speak to my husband.
Your husband's not about to go to jail.
Cops don't like cameras. Ever wonder why that is? Take this situation for example. These cops approached a man who was filming in the parking lot in front of a police station. They were pretty aggressive about it. One of the cops even pulled out his weapon on the man, probably thinking it would scare him off, but that didn't happen. When the man talked to the other cops, he explained how serious the situation was and even mentioned that he had everything on camera. But instead of addressing the problem, these cops defended their colleague who had acted out of line. The man told them that he was pepper sprayed for no reason, but the cops demanded proof, saying their colleague had a different story. All they really had to do was look at the man's red, irritated eyes to see he was telling the truth. Still, the cops backed up their buddy, claiming he must have felt threatened, which is why he sprayed the man. But seriously, how could a cop, armed to the teeth, feel threatened by a man with nothing but a camera? It's frustrating, but not surprising. Cops do tend to cover for each other even when it doesn't make sense. Maybe they feel stronger or more in control when they stick together, but that's a dangerous mentality. You have to wonder how long it'll be before these cops lose their jobs, and let's be honest, no one wants the cops like that on the force. You'd agree with me on that, right?
That man, I want to press charges on him. Okay, I can't just stop the car. You know, I'll talk to him, see, like, sir, you brought your weapon on me. You pulled out, you brandished your weapon on me. I have it on camera. I said, you're gonna get in trouble. He said, I got it on camera. He walked up to me. He said, sir, you need to leave the property. I said, I have business here. That's the reason I came here. He put his hand on my car. I said, sir, get your hand off my property. And he's like, sir, get off the property. I said, now you're really gonna get what's coming to you. He pulled like just like this, you know what he does? And he just sprayed me, like he cheap shot me. He cheap shot me.
So hold on, so you put his hand on your car and then what happened?
He put his hand on my property and I said, sir, get your hand off my property. He said, get off the property. I said, I have business here. I said, you're gonna get what's coming to you. Because I told him I have it all on video. He brandished his weapon on me. I have it on video.
Can I see that?
I'm not gonna show you the video. That's not going to the police. That's gonna go to my lawyer. Because I know you're not gonna do nothing about it.
Okay.
I have the video. Okay, that's gonna go to my attorney. I know he's an ex-cop. I know he lost his peace officer's license. I know that guy's a bozo. I know you guys might support him, but I want him charged.
We'll write it up. He's obviously got a different story than you.
Okay, so if I want to go up to, he can't just come up to me and spray me like that.
That's not what he says. What happened?
I don't care what he says. I want him charged.
Okay.
I want him charged.
We will write a report, and if the attorneys...
Sir, I want him charged. I want him arrested right now. Yes, it is. I just got sprayed.
Okay.
I got assaulted.
Okay.
I got assaulted. Why are you not going to arrest him?
Because he has a different story than you.
So what's his story? He walked up to me and sprayed me. I am unarmed. I did not threaten him.
Okay.
What's your excuse for not arresting him?
He says you threatened him.
So why did he spray me? How did I threaten? No, I didn't. Where's the proof? Where's the proof?
Where's your proof?
He sprayed me. There's my proof right here. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Give me your name and badge number.
Get what? 8786.
Give me your card.
And I'll give you the report number.
Give me the card. Give me your card. Hurry up. Give me your card right now.
Cards.
You're a liar.
Okay.
You're a liar. You're a bozo. You're letting him go. He just assaulted me.
I'm not letting him go.
So now what do I do?
Just as I can.
So I find you're fixing to get a complaint. You're fixing to get a complaint.
Cool. Do you want me to bring a sergeant out here?
Give me your card. Hurry up.
We don't have cards.
Okay, give me something. Hurry up.
He said he's giving it to you.
Take that man to jail. Okay, one last time. Why aren't you arresting that man? The man that sprayed and assaulted me.
There's no doubt he sprayed you. He admits to that. But he's saying you threatened him. He felt His life was in danger, so he sprayed you.
You gotta be out of your mind. Arrest that man!
Not arresting him.
Why? He just assaulted me! I did not lay a finger. He walked up to me!
Okay.
He came to me!
Okay.
I didn't go to him! He put his hand on my property! I told him stop and he sprayed me! You're a retard! Give me the note!
Here you go.
Screw you.
Okay. You want it? Right here.
You want a problem?
Speaking of cops who don't like being on camera, check out how upset this female cop got when a man walked by with a camera, took a picture of her face. She immediately demanded to know what that was all about, started arguing with him. But the thing is, the man didn't break any laws. The cop should have known that. She shouldn't let her feelings get in the way of the job. Still, she claimed that the man approached her very aggressively, even though there was nothing aggressive about it. Then she went on to say if she felt like it was aggressive, then it was aggressive. In a way, she answered her own question. She admitted it was just her opinion, which the man had no reason to care about. The man told her he was just curious about what was on her work phone, but that only made her more annoyed.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Just looking.
Why?
Pardon?
Why?
What's wrong with that?
Well, that was a very kind of assertive way and quite rude, to be honest.
Well, looking. I can look.
It's quite violent how you just approached
No, I just went like that.
No, I don't appreciate that.
I wasn't being rude.
If you did that to somebody else,
Well, just looking.
it's not on me.
I can look.
No, you can't.
You can.
No, you can't. It's not on, and I think you need to remember that you speak.
You need to remember who you're talking to, lady.
Yeah.
I'm a member of public, and you're a PCSO.
I am.
No powers whatsoever. What law have I broken? What law did I break?
Did I
So don't be so rude speaking to a member of public.
Did I tell you?
Don't be so
broke the
rude.
law?
Don't be.
Did I tell you-
If I've broke no laws, what's the
Answer my
issue?
question.
You answer my question. What laws have I broken?
Did I tell you you broke?
Bye bye. Jog on.
Bye then.
I'm standing here.
Okay, alright.
What, looking? Why can you not look?
Yeah, but you can't look at someone's phone, can you?
I thought it was the Works PDA. Is that Works PDA?
It is a work PDA.
Yeah, I can still look then.
No, you have to. You have no
Yes,
authority to look
I
at
can look. I'm on a public street.
You have no authority.
I have any authority. You've got the authority to look at me. If I don't want you to look, I can create privacy.
So you approached me in an aggressive manner.
Not aggressive. What did you lunge? I looked over your shoulder. I didn't lunge at you. That's not aggressive. It's not aggressive at all, miss.
What?
How was it aggressive?
If I perceive it to be aggressive, it is aggressive.
So I was being aggressive.
I perceive it.
What if I tell you now I wasn't?
But I perceive it to be aggressive.
Right. Are you sure that it wasn't? I can look, sir. Like I can look at your caller numbers.
You can look at that, that's the issue.
And why can I not look at that? It's
Because you have no authority to look at
I
it.
can look. It's a public
But
place.
how did I know that when you went like that at me, you weren't going to try and steal my phone? You weren't going to try and...
What, a police... seriously? I was going to rob your phone? That sounds silly, that.
You
I've tried
literally
just to...
went like that at an office.
No, I tried justifying now what I was looking at, right?
Why? There's no need to look at it anyway.
I can look, though.
Why?
Why can I not? You're watching me on every CCTV camera around the Preston, right? You're tracking our every movement, so I can't look at a PCSO.
This is the first time I met you.
She insisted there was sensitive information on it. Well, isn't it her job to protect that information? But instead of focusing on that, she quickly moved on to another accusation. This time, she claimed the guy had approached her with the intention of stealing her phone, which not only was untrue, but also ridiculous. She then switched to complaining about her personal space being invaded. It's like she was making things up, hoping one of them would stick. But in the end, she got what she deserved because the man didn't let any of it slide. It's simple. If she couldn't handle someone taking a photo, maybe she should reconsider her career.
I'm not aggressive, sir. I'm trying to tell you that. She said I'm aggressive, right?
No, I said the way you approached me was aggressive.
So you're satisfied now that I wasn't being aggressive? Because I want to tell you that I wasn't being aggressive.
Right, I accept that, but
Right.
in future, if you approach someone, don't do it.
I can look at your phone though, miss. It's a PDA. It's a Works one, isn't it? I can look. Why can I not?
Would you approach a member of the public and just look at the phone?
Do you know what? I was on a train yesterday, right, in London, and a guy took a picture on the train, and I'm looking at his phone. He's put this picture in his WhatsApp. He sent it to somebody, and it read, "Busy train this morning." Is that wrong? That was in a public place.
So what you've just done, you've just lunged in my personal space.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
Not
did.
lunge. You didn't. How would you see it when you wasn't looking? I was behind you.
I've just watched it.
I was behind you. I was behind you.
It doesn't matter.
You see me go exactly. She said lunge. That's the wrong word.
If,
Yeah,
if
that's.
I perceive it to be an aggressive manner, then that's what it is.
And are you satisfied it wasn't now, miss? I wasn't being aggressive.
Right, I accept that, but I'm telling you now,
That's what you thought.
that is what I thought, yeah.
Right, well I wasn't. I just wanted to look at your PDA.
Right, there is no need for you to
I can do that though, miss. I can. Well, if I can't, it must be illegal, right? If I can't, it must be illegal. Or unlawful.
We have private and confidential information on our phones. You want
And it's your job to keep it private, not my job.
Yeah,
I'm in a public space.
Did you see my phone?
Yeah.
Did you see what I was writing?
Yeah.
What was I writing?
Can't tell you. It's private.
That's convenient because you didn't see anything.
How do you know?
Because I know, because I moved it as you lunged at me, so I was aware of my
Miss, you're using the wrong term. Lunge. I didn't lunge at you, miss.
How I perceive it, I can use that word to describe it.
Oh, but I'm trying to put you at ease. I didn't lunge at you. I was literally wanted to look over your shoulder, and that was it. I can't have reasons to do it. I want to know where our taxpayers' money is getting spent, right?
Well, if you actually let us go and do our job, you'd be able to see what our...
You're actually holding me up. I don't want to speak to you.
Free to go. Right, well, off you go.
Well,
I'm not holding you here. Are you in cuffs?
No, I'm. You can't cuff me. You've no cuffs. Where's your cuffs?
Right, well, then you're free to go, so we're not holding you here.
No, I'm watching the road. Bye-bye.
A group of rookie cops stopped a man purely because of his skin color. They started questioning him about something, and when he didn't want to answer their questions, they went nuts. They couldn't handle the idea that someone was challenging their authority, especially so early in their careers. They ordered him to listen, but the man calmly explained that he didn't have to listen to them at all. Then they claimed they received a call from a woman who reported the man for shoplifting. But when the man asked for the woman's number or any proof, the cop went silent. Maybe it's because they didn't actually get a call, and they could have made the whole thing up. The man suggested that since he didn't do anything wrong, they should just go talk to the woman because she obviously made a false report. This only seemed to confuse the cops even more. If you ever wondered how some cops get out of a situation like this, here's your answer. They just hop back in their car and pretended like none of it ever happened. A classic move. When in doubt, drive away and act like everything's fine. But it's clear that these rookies were out of their depth and didn't know how to handle the situation.
Where? From what golf course? I live near the golf course. I live in Colbert, alright, okay.
Right, the reason why we stopped you is because the PCSO has been in Sainsbury's.
Oh yeah, I saw her, yeah.
Right,
She didn't like the look of me, nice.
Right.
Can I get her number please? 'Cause I'm going to put in a report in, because now I know what it's about.
Right,
Because I saw her following me around Sainsbury's. I literally walked in there for 2 minutes. You can see it on the camera when I go in there.
Okay.
Okay.
All we did was to stop to have a chat.
What's the PCSO's number please, so I can put a complaint in?
You can take mine.
No, you don't know. You can tell me that you don't know her number. You can ask her on your radio because she's asked you to come
I'll
here.
grab her number.
Yeah, and your number for
Right.
telling lies. Come on, carry on. You told me you don't know her number. She just said you there.
Can you just
listen? No, I don't need to listen to you. You've said enough. You've lied, I'll listen to you. You ask me questions because...
Well, it's obviously Sainsbury's, right? We get a lot of shoplifters there, yeah?
Right, and...
Okay, as you've left, you put your hood up, and essentially you look like you're walking quickly. I mean, you might be a fast
before I put my hood up, I didn't even report that I didn't pay for the item. I paid it at cashiers. I didn't go through the self-checkout. So before you check that, you come and pull me from walking. Before you've checked that anything's actually been stolen, yes, you can ask me questions.
Right
before there's any crime. Before there's any crime reported.
Which is what we're perfectly right to do.
No, I'll tell you what you're allowed to do. I'll tell you what you're allowed to do. Yeah, you're allowed to observe me, so you can walk with me until a crime has been reported. Is that not true?
Wait, I'm telling you can't carry on.
Is it not true? No, he did tell me I couldn't carry on.
No, I didn't.
He did tell me he couldn't carry on. Right, so for the record, I can walk and I don't have to listen to anything more you've got to say. Thank you. Thank you.
Just stop in and have a chat.
So, I don't like the look of me walking around Sainsbury's. No, you weren't there. You weren't there. I'm telling you, I was in there for literally not 5 minutes. And no, you wound me up. I was having a nice day walking to the gym, and you lot was telling me that my face is a bit. No, you're not leaving until you give me that number. You leave. What's your number? You're not
30387.
30387, and you refusing to give me the number of the person that's reported the crime that didn't happen. Are you refusing? Are you leaving? Are you leaving because you don't want to give the number?